Well, you don't want to piss off the people at eBay because if you do that, you may end up with boxes of spiders and cockroaches being mailed to your residence.
I have so many questions.
How does this happen? eBay?
Right?
Like, I get it. Like, this is something I could see happening, like, from some sort of, I don't know, shitty small company that's really vindictive and horrible human being. But eBay? You have people within eBay thinking that this is going to be an okay thing. Well, it's costing them $3 million in a fine stemming from a harassment campaign. It's obviously not PR eBay wanted. eBay, the e-commerce giant, yes, that eBay. It's not like, EEH-Bay that's at the end of the mini mall in Paducah. It's the eBay. In order to pay $3 million in a fine to settle criminal charges linked to a disturbing harassment campaign against against a Massachusetts couple. The charges include stalking through interstate travel, stalking through electronic communications, witness tampering, and obstruction of justice. The couple was targeted due to their online newsletters' critical coverage of eBay in 2019. The U.S. Department of Justice announced that eBay entered into a deferred prosecution agreement admitting to its criminal conduct. In addition to the $3 million criminal penalty, eBay is required to retain an independent corporate compliance monitor for 3 years and make substantial improvements to its compliance program. Do you really need somebody in your workplace saying you can't mail cockroaches to people that you don't like?
Well, and here's what's really bad. I'm not all about corporate America, but there are shitty employees that put businesses in harm's way. And that's exactly what happened here. I mean, you and I have had some of the most horrific managers ever. And I can totally see. I mean, we've worked for some people who would absolutely fucking do this.
Oh, I've had managers that have said that they've done things like this. I think one of them actually did talk about doing this, and it was I believe they talked about going to like somebody's air conditioning unit and like pouring fish guts or something in it.
That person, you and I both worked for that person, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did. He put some dead fish in some desk drawers in a storage room and in somebody's desk over the weekend. Like a Friday afternoon, he stuck a dead fish in somebody's desk drawer. It's kind of like what you saw in Grumpy Old Men, the movie, if you didn't see that at the end of the movie. But this is like in real life, and he never got in trouble for it.
Did anybody ever know it was him? Did anyone know it was him at the time?
Well, he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Oh,
absolutely.
God. Wow.
Everybody knew it was him. And it was his competition, but we were all in the same, we were in two different buildings at the time, but under the same umbrella of the company. But we were the competition. So we were the top 40 station, and he was doing this to the country people that were in another building. And then
then after that, the company in their almighty wise ways promoted the guy and said, "Let's make you the head of this other station as well, the one you did the fish to." And then suddenly he was big over there, and then recruiting employees and soliciting sex as that process went on. I saw the emails, and it was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So there are some really bad employees that take these companies and just drive them into the ground. And eBay is not going to go out of business because of this.
No.
But it's going, like you said, this is going to take a PR hit, because not only does it hit on our fears because of what was happening. These people, and we'll get into the story, but it's terrifying. Oh my God.
And you don't expect something like this coming from eBay. You'd be like, is this some horrible seller that's going after me? No, it was actually eBay. eBay engaged in absolutely horrific criminal conduct. The company's employees and contractors involved in this campaign put the victims through pure hell in a petrifying campaign aimed at silencing their reporting and protecting the eBay brand. Well, kind of did the opposite of that now, didn't it? Stated Acting U.S. Attorney Joshua S. Levy. The victims identified as Ian and David Steiner, co-founder of E-Commerce Bytes, a website that reported on e-commerce companies, including eBay. The harassment campaign began after Ina wrote an article about eBay suing Amazon for stealing its sellers. Following the article, eBay's then CEO, Devin Wing, allegedly sent the message stating, "If we are ever going to take her down, now is the time." Jim Baugh, the eBay's former senior director of safety and security, referred to Ina as a biased troll who needs to get burned down.
Oh, Jesus.
One thing if you're like, you're mad at somebody, you're saying things out loud, that happens. But if you then start acting on it, that's a whole different thing. The harassment campaign against the Steiners involved disturbing deliveries to their home, including a book on surviving the death of a spouse. Jesus. A bloody pig mask, a fetal pig, a funeral wreath, live spiders, and cockroaches. So it was beyond just live spiders and cockroaches. It also included private messages criticizing the newsletter's content, surveillance, and the installation of a GPS tracking device on their car. Craigslist post.
So that means that they went to their home.
They're like going all out Scientology on these people.
Oh
it's like they have a fair game policy at eBay. So.
Yeah, I mean, this is not just putting, some crap in the mail with a label on it. This is showing up at their home.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, it's probably one really shitty manager who got some people, people who are just kind of either afraid for their jobs and went along with this manager, or just said, screw it, we're going after these people.
So after they sent the death of a spouse book, the bloody pig mask, a fetal pig, a funeral wreath, live spiders and cockroaches, did it stop there with the GPS and the car? No. They then put Craigslist posts out inviting the public for sexual encounters at the couple's home as part of the harassment.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. After the victims contacted local police, Baugh made false statements and deleted digital evidence relating to the campaign. Baugh, described as the ringleader, was sentenced to 57 months in prison in September of 2022, and other former eBay employees or contractors received sentences ranging from 12 to 18 months in prison. In a statement, Steiners emphasized the damaging impact of eBay's actions on them emotionally, psychologically, and physically, reputationally and financially. They also filed a civil lawsuit against eBay and its former employees. eBay's current CEO, Jamie Iannone, expressed the company's responsibility for this misconduct of its former employees and its commitment to upholding high standards of conduct and ethics. eBay remains committed to making things right with the Steiners, they stated. My God, this is like one of the craziest stories I've ever heard of corporate misconduct ever.
You know what this is like is a really pissed off ex-girlfriend.
Yes, but eBay is the ex.
Well, and here's what's horrible is I guarantee people in eBay didn't know this was going on. It was what, these 8 people?
Yeah.
7? It was just them. It was their little hobby that they decided, fuck these people. We're going to go after them. Whereas the rest of the company is doing its thing. People are selling mugs and what have you. They're selling whatever they sell. It's no big deal.
Well,
but inside this little group of 7, they are just burrowing into these people's souls.
Well, and dear morons at eBay who did this, if you're trying to send a message to someone to stop writing negative shit about you, you'd kind of have to connect the dots and go, oh, eBay is doing this to me. I don't know if I were this couple that I would be thinking eBay was doing this to me. I'd be like, somebody's harassing me, but eBay, it's likely not eBay.
Right.
So, but if you want the writing to stop and you want the criticisms to stop, you kind of have to connect those dots. So if they were to connect those dots and realize eBay is doing this to me, that puts the people at eBay at very high risk for prosecution, which obviously is what happened. But they didn't seem to think that part through of, okay, if we want them to stop writing about us, we want to get a message to them, well, they have to know who the message is from. They obviously eventually did figure that out, but they didn't figure there'd be any repercussions for any of this. I don't know. It's a lesson in stupidity.
I want to go back to surviving the death of a spouse, a bloody pig mask.
Mhm.
Where are you getting that blood? The fetal pig, that's nothing new. I actually, oh God, I wonder where it is. I have a fetal pig. Because I needed to do some dissection for my veterinary nursing license.
Yeah.
And I never did end up doing it, but I ordered the pig. So crap, I wonder if it's in my house somewhere. Crap, I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Under the oh, hey, look, there's the fetal pig.
Sick of the ads?
We are too.
Start listening with no commercials now and get access to all of our episodes in advance of everyone else.
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
True Crime Today Premium Plus.
Sign up now.